we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Bunny the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jared Latching.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the premiere podcast on the now demonetized channel where we can say whatever the fuck we want, because it doesn't matter. Of course, I am talking about Two Nerds, a podcast, and I'm Buddy the Bruiser.
And I'm...
So what's up?
Not much. How you been? This is we took a break for a week.
I was in the Middle Ages, my friend.
Yeah, you lost your phone. Well, you literally lost your phone to death.
So on Wednesday last week, well, I texted you on what, like Sunday or Monday, like the day after.
You texted me pretty early in the week,
yeah,
and I refused to text you back until probably Friday night.
Did you text me back?
I texted you back Friday.
Okay, so here's what happened. My phone breaks Wednesday.
Okay.
And I was like, shit. Well, at least I still have my computer, and I still have the internet. Life is okay. I order a new phone, they say it'll be here Monday. So I was like, all right, good to go there.
And you could do all your iMessage on your computer.
Yeah, I can do iMessage on my computer. Thursday, power goes out of power the rest of the weekend. No internet, no electricity, no heat.
It was a total media blackout.
I was Amish for 3 days.
I was Amish for a night.
You were?
Yeah, we had no power for literally 10 minutes after you left. The power came back on.
Michan screamed in the morning.
I know, but you're not talking to me.
I'm talking to everyone in the room. And so I was able to, but the internet took a little bit longer. Power came back on, but the internet had to catch up. And so I took a nap for a few hours, woke up, the internet was working too, all was okay.
See, I had my computer for a couple hours until it died, so I was watching some Seinfeld DVDs because I had no internet.
Yeah.
But then when that died, it was all
Well, then,
all a blur.
don't you have a DVD player?
I didn't have a TV. Didn't have...
Where's your TV?
I didn't have power.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, shut up. Oh. Well, buddy, you could have came and stayed with me.
I didn't know you had power, and I had no way of contacting you.
You could have took up residence in my room and watched Seinfeld.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind next time there's an ice storm.
And the power goes out at your house.
Yeah.
But stays out there and comes back on here.
Yeah.
Is there a problem, miss? Anyways. Buddy. We were just talking about this, but
We were talking about a lot of stuff. What are we...
we were just talking about Dragon Ball.
We were talking about Dragon Ball. We were talking about a writer being jailed for child pornography.
That's
We
right.
were talking about Prince.
We were talking
about a lot of stuff today.
I don't want to get into cultural appropriation today.
That's surprising.
Yeah,
You're normally all about that.
I think our one listener knows my views and that I'm totally racist and sexist. But how far are you in Dragon Ball Super?
Episode 2.
You are fucking scum. Okay, so did you even watch episode 2 or?
Yeah, I watched episode 1 and 2 because I recorded them both on the DVR, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just do this every week because I like watching things in bulk. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it for an hour or whatever, and then after that, I just kind of stopped.
You're an idiot. So anyways, Dragon Ball Super is ending, going on hiatus, something in the next 2 episodes.
Okay.
Episode 131 will mark the last episode of Dragon Ball Super for the foreseeable future, so that Toei can focus all of its attention on the Dragon Ball movie that they're developing right now. That I believe is getting a simultaneous release in Japan and America at the end of the year.
The end of this year.
At the end of this year.
That's...
So you have some catching up to do, my friend. And that's why I bring this up. Okay. You need to start watching your fucking Dragon Ball Super. Anyways, that's just... I presented that ultimatum to Ricky as well. And he was like, yeah, I better start watching. I don't think he started watching it. But he's going to school again. You don't have a choice. Rick the Dick Too Good. Pizer. Anyways, what else were we talking about?
Talking about Oscars, talking about...
Within these past 2 weeks, the Oscars have happened.
Yeah. It was this Sunday, wasn't it?
This past Sunday?
I thought it was.
Was it? I
don't think it was 2 weeks ago. I thought it was.
Wasn't it at the same time as Elimination Chamber?
No, it was the week after, I thought.
Then Monday. Monday? No. Something else was going on while the Oscars was going on.
I don't know. LeBron was at a skate party. I saw that on Instagram.
LeBron was called out by Laura Ingraham. Ingram. The
shut up and dribble thing. Kobe won an Oscar.
It's true. Kobe won an Oscar.
Someone, I don't know who made it, but it was like a side-by-side, and it was like Kobe on one side and Leonardo DiCaprio on another side, and it had like all of his films until he won an Oscar. It just had Kobe's one film.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I saw a Bleacher Report video of it was like one of the little cartoons they make. It's like, will Kobe add another trophy to his shelf? And it was all the NBA championships, his MVP, all-star MVPs and stuff like that. And then an Oscar. So, that's crazy. What was his movie again?
It was called like Dear Basketball. It was like a short animated film. That's the category that it won. It was just like the story of his life, I think. I haven't seen it, but I think it's just like an 8-minute...
Did Leo seriously never win an Oscar for anything, or did he just never win Best Actor?
Well, he's only an actor.
I know.
Like if an
Wait, no. Leonardo DiCaprio has definitely produced some shit before, right?
I don't think so.
Dude, every actor fucking produces things.
I don't know. I just know that was his only Oscar.
Anyways... He was never in anything that won Best Film or anything?
Well, even if it is, if he wasn't the producer, he would not get the Oscar for it. He would have to be the producer on the thing that won the Best Picture.
He's a producer. He's definitely a producer. I'm going to his wiki right now.
Well, I'm sure
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm sure he has produced things.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Just a quick search on
Reviews, we are Nardo DiCaprio. This is
I don't know why you're trying to use Siri.
I've been using Siri lately.
Let's see, filmography.
Don't go to
producer 65.
He's produced 65 films. And
they're not all films, but yeah, he has produced
65 titles. He produced Wolf of Wall Street, which won nothing.
True. So
wait, no, did it win anything?
It won like Golden Globes and stuff. It didn't win any Oscars, I don't think.
Okay. I still haven't seen it.
Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
It's decent.
Okay.
It is okay.
That didn't deserve an Oscars, is what you're saying.
I mean, he did a good job in it.
I know I said I wasn't going to get political. Did James Franco deserve to be at the Oscars?
Yes.
Absolutely he did. God damn it. I finally watched The Room. Me and Michan finally watched The Room.
And?
I liked it. I thought it was good.
I think it's good.
Yeah, it was good. You told me I was going to hate it.
Did I?
Yeah. You were like, you were literally like, it's fucking terrible. Like, don't even watch it.
No.
You're like, if you know the high points, it's not even worth watching.
That's probably what Ricky told you.
That's what both of you told me.
No, you gotta see the sex scene that repeats twice.
You gotta see that it's basically a softcore porno because every other scene is a sex scene. Until the second half of the movie, the sex scenes start to slow down.
Yeah, they definitely diminish, and the characters are shown in their full light.
Yeah.
In the second act.
Yeah. In the second act. What's the guy's name? The thug?
Chris R.
Chris R. Oh, it's so funny. How's it going, Chris R? Oh, yeah, I liked it. I'm glad that I bought it. And
speaking of which, we haven't talked about this on the show, but how are the underpants?
a little tight.
A little tight?
A little tight.
But how are they? Because you told me in private, not on the show, that there is a peculiar pocket in these underpants.
There is. I don't know what you would store in this pocket other than like a little sack of cocaine or other drugs, but maybe a tiny pocket knife. I'm not really sure, but there is a tiny utility pocket on the inside, like kind of attached to the waistband.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about all there is to it.
So normally on this show we do who did it better, but in this one, let's just say, did he do it better in making underwear or films?
Films.
So
the underwear is starting to. I don't know if it's because
is it
size
deteriorating?
It's starting to deteriorate already. Maybe it's because they're a little too tight and I'm stretching them. I thought that I got the right size, but obviously Tommy Wiseau is a master of fashion, and so these
his measurements aren't the same as your normal department.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because I mean, when you go into like a place that's like pretty fashionable, like say Forever 21, their large is like a youth small.
Okay.
So that's the scale that Tommy Wiseau is probably working with, or some variation of it, some European scale of some sort. Which they don't have the obesity problems that we have. No. Especially not him.
No.
He's pretty cut.
Yes.
Anyways, did you order that book? Yes, I directed the
No,
room?
I didn't. It's been getting horrible reviews. Basically they're saying it's like a fucking like junior high kid wrote it. Like I guess like the writing is like really like bad and like childish in it. If I see a copy for cheap, I'll probably pick it up just for curiosity, but I'm not paying like $17 for it.
So what you're saying is Tommy Wiseau is a better writer.
Well, Greg Sestero wrote it.
I know, but Tommy Wiseau also wrote an entire screenplay.
Yes, sort of.
All right. Screenplay that was
won. The screenplay that won.
a Razzie.
Oh, I thought you were segueing into what we were talking about earlier.
No, I'm not segueing into anything.
Okay, well then what are you talking about?
But if you want to talk about that, the screenplay that won Best Picture was Get Out by Jordan Peele.
And you were critical of this choice.
I don't think it should have been nominated for anything. I thought it was good. I really liked it. But this is the Oscars, man. And I'm not saying that it should have won any Oscars, but I thought it was better. What do you think?
If it was better than Get Out, or if it should have been nominated for Oscars?
No. I don't like. Okay. Do you think it should have been nominated for any Oscars?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Best soundtrack maybe, but that's not an Oscar. That's a Grammy, right?
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. Okay then. Do you think that Get Out should have been nominated for any Oscars?
I mean, not necessarily, because when I like movies, I don't necessarily think of them as Oscar movies. You know what I mean? Like, the movies I like, I don't see winning Oscars, but then again, the second best movie that I liked last year won Best Picture. So...
What was that, Lady Bird? Or Shape of Water?
Yeah.
Won Best Picture?
Won Best Picture.
I thought that, like, Lady Bird or something else won.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, regardless, we're putting Get Out up with The Shape of Water and Lady Bird and all these movies that are.
It seems a tad ridiculous, I must say, but I think there should be like a best horror category, maybe. Or
If there was a best horror category, absolutely.
And
throw it in there.
I think that there should be a best horror category and a best comedy category, because those are films that typically don't get nominated for Oscars no matter what.
Yeah.
There's very few exceptions, like The Exorcist, Silence of the Lambs, but then people say those are thrillers or whatever. They don't like putting the word horror
Misery
on
didn't get Best Picture, but Kathy Bates won Best Actress.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, like fucking Beauty and the Beast got nominated for Best Picture. No one thought it was going to win. It obviously did not win. But then the next year, that's when they added the Best Animated Film category. The first one was in like 93 because that came out in 91. So it was at like the 92 Oscars.
I just don't see Get Out as anything that anybody's really going to be talking about in a couple of years. Do you?
I don't know. I disagree. I think people will still be talking about it in a few years. I don't think it's, again, because it's one of those...
Based on its artistic and film merit?
No,
based on the racial...
Based on the racial aspects of it.
Okay. I thought that the Oscars were based on artistic and filmmaking merit.
They are.
Okay. That's
why I'm saying, like, I don't see how it could have been nominated for Best Picture, because it's not.
But aren't there other? Do you not think that any other like racially charged films are going to come out within the next couple of years?
They are.
So wouldn't we move on to talk about them as opposed to Get Out? Which, I mean, if I'm looking at it as just a movie, I'm seeing this is pretty much your average horror movie, but you know, with a black lead, which isn't even anything new because Night of the Living Dead did that back in 1969. Thank you. By the way, I got into an argument with my friends recently. So which do you prefer, Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead?
That's tough.
They were like unanimously Dawn of the Dead.
Unanimously.
Like saying it was just leaps and bounds better than Night of the Living Dead. Whereas Dawn of the Dead is my least favorite of the original trilogy. And I go night, day, and then dawn.
I think I agree with you. I don't know if I'd... See, I flip-flop a lot. I'd probably say night is my favorite. Dawn and day is tough.
Because, I love Day of the Dead,
because they're both so different.
I love Day of the Dead. And God,
the villain.
The villain.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so good. What's his name? Captain Rhodes?
Something like that.
Something like that? I haven't seen it in forever. I don't even know if I have the Blu-ray of it.
I think you do.
Of Day of the Dead?
I think so.
I think I have Dawn of the Dead, and Miles just got me Night of the Living Dead Blu-ray for Christmas. So, but he only got it for me because the Criterion's putting out a Blu-ray for it, like later this year. So he was like, yeah, it's not the Criterion release, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
A new basket case Blu-ray just dropped. Have you seen this?
No.
Dan just like tag swapped it at FYE and got it for like $17.99, but it was there for $30. That's how I know it was new. But the extras list on the back is literally like the entire back of the Blu-ray. It's
really?
Just the list of extras that's on this
Why?
fucking thing. There's a lot of extras.
Hold up for a second. I thought you meant extras in the film, not extras.
Oh, no,
I was like, why
special features.
I
How about
was
that?
like, why do they have a credits list on the back of this?
Special features, idiot.
Hold on. So were you talking about the Night of the Living Dead?
No. The
basket
new
one?
basket
Okay.
case one. Speaking of which, I have a basket case poster in the back of my van that I still need to get a
out.
frame for and put up somewhere.
Yeah.
Either in the studio or in my tape room.
It's nice enough for a frame.
No, actually it was. It was rolled. But since we had so many tapes back there and nowhere to put it, we had to put it back there with the tapes. And so tapes are falling all over it. And so now it's like, it's creased all over and everything. But it is an official
Basket case poster.
old, like, basket case, like, theatrical or video store poster from the 80s. So, yeah, it's cool enough to get a frame for.
Cool. The reason I asked about, like, the blue... Like, do you know which release of that Night of the Living Dead is? Because there's one release that's, like, notoriously horrible because I guess that, like, in the 90s or, like, early 2000s, a lot of the filmmakers, not George Romero, he had, like, nothing to do with it, but, like, the original camera guy and, like, a lot of the crew got together and filmed additional scenes that were then spliced into the old film.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
It's, like, completely ridiculous. I think it's, like, the fucking, like, 45th anniversary Blu-ray version of it or something.
Hold on, that might be the one that I have.
Maybe that's why you got it as a gift.
Oh my god, you know what? Leave it to fucking Miles to get me that shit.
I don't know which release it is, but it's one of the anniversary releases of Night of the Living Dead. Has additional scenes in the original act because they were like at the beginning of the movie. So the original like first zombie or whatever, he's in it too, but he's like way older. But like they tried to make him look like he did in the '60s, and I have not seen it, but I heard it's like completely.
It's on
like,
Blu-ray?
like abysmal. Yeah,
I thought
DVD
that,
or Blu-ray.
I
don't
thought
know.
that the first zombie dude, he died forever ago.
But they shot this in the '90s or early 2000s,
Oh,
and then
okay.
spliced it in.
Okay. Because I've seen his one film, Flesh Eater, I think may have been his last film.
I don't know. Could be. I haven't kept up with his career.
Have you seen Flesh Eater?
I don't know.
It's
I don't
great.
I don't think so.
It's great. I have it on DVD. You should watch it. Anyways, so It or Get Out?
It or Get Out.
Who are you taking?
I would probably take Get Out because I felt that It, although it was good, it was a little tonally off. Like, I think Get Out was consistent the entire way through. But I think It had some, like, identity issues. Like, it didn't know what it wanted to be at times.
What do you think? What
Like,
based on the what? The comedy? in it?
I'd say the key offender is the rock throwing scene, where all of a sudden it's in slow-mo, and it's like doing like hot zooms on guys' faces. He's like, oh shit! And stuff like that. Like, it's like, what is this film doing?
I love that stuff. That's the kind of stuff to me that like.
But it's just so out of nowhere.
I love stuff that's out of nowhere because it gets my attention as opposed to.
Obviously, that's why you're a big Randy Orton fan. Out of
Fucking hate Randy Orton.
you fucking have a Randy Orton shirt in your room. Shut the fuck up.
I was supposed to get re-gifted at Christmas.
And did it? No.
Is it still there?
I don't know. I haven't been. in
Yeah,
your
it's
room.
gone. Okay, because I gave it to someone for Christmas. I don't have I ever worn the Randy Orton shirt?
Not to my knowledge.
Exactly. So there. I only wear shirts if I like the thing that it represents, or if it's just a cool shirt. As like in reference to button-ups or
Yes.
sweaters. Yeah. But if it's a T-shirt, it's got to be like a band, a wrestler, or a movie that I like. Or an
Speaking
anime.
of which, because you gave me as a gag gift a Psychosis shirt a couple months ago, but that reminded me some current news. What's his name? Jeffrey Nothing from Mushroomhead has left the band.
Oh man, this is
It's the end of an era.
This-
One of the founding members. They still got J-Man.
J-Man was out for a
And he's
while.
back.
He's
Yeah.
back.
Yes.
And so now it's what? It's J-Man and Waylon or whatever.
Waylon's not back right now. It's just
It's just Jeffrey Nothing.
No, just J-Man. For
I
right
mean,
now.
just
Jeffrey
J-Man.
Nothing, founding member, out.
Wow.
Has left. I think the only founding member left is the drummer. But I mean,
wow. So
the reason we know so much, they're from our hometown, basically. So we know
this is huge. This is huge news for For people in the Northeast Ohio
Yes.
area, everyone knows who Mushroomhead is. Everybody worships Mushroomhead here. Meechan has to listen to at least one Mushroomhead song per night before we go to bed. That's like her prayer.
Is it
like,
Womp?
Huh? No, it's a different song every night.
It's a different song
like
every
last night we listened to Solitaire Unraveling and then
Okay.
we went to bed. But I mean, the other night we'll listen to like what Ward's Side or Listen. Honestly, no, all jokes aside, I'll bump some old Mushroomhead and like not even really care what you think of me.
That album, the one with Solitaire Unraveling and Bwomp, that's a good album.
That's good. It's good. And then I honestly like 13. I thought was a good album.
That's the one with what are the songs?
Sun Doesn't Rise and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I don't care for the Waylon stuff as much.
No. Actually, I can't remember what the name of that album was. Hollow something, but Colin got it for my birthday one year or something, and like I listened to it. I tried to like it, but it was boring. That was a boring album.
They've got that one slow jam that's good on that one. It's like, save me from myself. Or something like that.
Oh, man. I haven't listened to that band in a while. Anyways, Jeffrey Nothing. Gone. He'll be back.
I'm sure of it.
They always come back. Anyways, what else you got for me this week?
I don't know. What else do you want to talk about? He's petting a dog.
My God.
The dog knocked him over.
What the hell was that? Get out of here. You can't be on the podcast. Get out. Who lets dogs into a professional recording studio? Anyways, well, I guess let's talk about Fastlane.
Fastlane is tomorrow.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is retaining. There's no reason.
What other matches are there though? I wasn't even gonna bother with that.
I don't know. Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, that's pointless. Shinsuke's winning.
Okay.
Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton for the U.S. title. Don't care.
Bobby Roode
I would assume.
is winning.
I would assume he retains. Probably a rematch at Mania. Mania's looking
Bad.
bad. Well, like, how many matches have been announced? 2?
Okay, so listen.
It's in a month?
Yeah, well, listen, I have high hopes for Nakamura versus Styles. The two main events that are out right now, I think will both be good.
They're saying that Lesnar versus Reigns is not set in stone. Because
And that, my friend, is a fake report put out from backstage
they're
to cast a shadow of doubt in the fan base and give them some hope. It is set in stone, and it's been set in stone for 3 years.
Well, they're saying it's because of that steroid thing.
No. If it wasn't set in fucking stone, then would Roman Reigns win the Elimination Chamber?
I guess.
No. Because that's when you decide who's facing Lesnar at WrestleMania. And guess what? He did. And so he's facing Lesnar at WrestleMania. And that's what's happening.
Okay.
It's been set in stone for 3 years, and it's what's happening. And Roman Reigns is winning.
Yeah, obviously.
So,
And it'll go on last.
I don't understand how they could say it's not set in stone when they literally...
Because they're worried about the legal... Because I guess...
They just booked it! They booked it already!
I don't know.
What's gonna happen? Fucking Cena's gonna come back again and fucking challenge Reigns? In total, I freaking ripped off Rey Mysterio fashion? And like, hey, I know you beat my ass in Elimination Chamber, but... Give me one more chance, brother. Winner goes to WrestleMania. And he beats him.
I don't know.
That's not happening. And speaking of Rey Mysterio, I heard along the grapevine that's who John Cena's facing at WrestleMania.
It's one of his two projected opponents.
Rey Mysterio and who's the other?
And Taker.
That's not happening.
I don't know. It could happen.
He came out and teased it. But then he literally said it's not happening ever.
And that's teasing it even more, isn't it?
No, because then he went to SmackDown after that.
Is he winning this match at Fastlane? No. So then what's he going to do?
You think he's going to come back to Raw and call out Taker again?
I don't know.
Nah.
Maybe this six-pack...
I'm assuming maybe he'll get a feud out of this...
so he's going to face Ziggler at Mania?
This, what, fatal 5-way? Or is this a
six-pack challenge, my friend?
Six-pack challenge.
Was he going to feud with Ziggler or Baron Corbin going into Mania? No.
Possibly Baron Corbin, or maybe revisit to Kevin Owens. Maybe they'll do the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn handicap against John Cena. And have him beat the shit out of both of them.
I feel like they've got to do something with Shane, with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because they've been building up to that all year, basically.
Honestly, though, it should have been, if they're going to do it ever. And I haven't heard too many rumors about it recently, but they were going crazy with it a few months ago and saying it was going to happen at SummerSlam. And I was like, Jesus, why SummerSlam? That's a WrestleMania like match. Is Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon?
Well, I think they're waiting because they want to stretch out his return like as long as possible, and his contract's up in September. So they're like, okay, well, if he's gonna wrestle, we'll make him wrestle in August, so he'll resign. I don't get it, but
is the idea that they're gonna make a promise to him that they're not going to keep, and basically make him wrestle and have him wrestle one match to make it seem like they're gonna let him wrestle?
I really
again?
don't know.
And then when he signs, they'll be like, you're not wrestling.
I don't know.
Because I feel like he wouldn't sign a contract unless it had some sort of clause where he would be able to wrestle.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the business side of it. I just know that that's what was being said.
All right, so that's Fastlane. Anything else?
Did you see Ziggler's promos on Twitter?
No.
He was like... He posted 5 of them, like 5 videos where he called out each member in the six-pack challenge, and I don't know, they were interesting. But
interesting. He's still gonna lose.
Well, yeah, he's definitely gonna lose.
And he's either him or Corbin's probably gonna take the pin, or Sami Zayn.
I don't know. Maybe Cena takes the pin. No, I don't know.
Maybe. I just don't want to see Kevin Owens take the pin again. I feel like he took a pin. He took the pin in that handicap match. Didn't he?
I think Cena...
Or did AJ seriously stack them both on top of each other and pin them both?
I didn't watch the match, but I don't know. He might have pinned them on top of each other.
God.
But I think they have to go with Cena taking the pin because he was building up this whole storyline. Like, I don't have a road to WrestleMania, so like make him the underdog or whatever. Because he was like, well, if I win, AJ just cash in your rematch at WrestleMania. It'll be a triple threat. So like I feel like they got to keep that story going, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think that him losing would make him an underdog. I think it would make him the loser of the match. And I don't think John Cena goes into any match as the underdog. Maybe against Lesnar.
Yeah.
Do you have a poll?
No. Do you have a poll? I know that someone was listening to our podcast. This is the first time this will be reported. All the news outlets have been hounding him desperately to get answers.
Okay.
But he contacted me personally.
All right.
J.R. Smith was so upset that we didn't have any more soup polls.
That's true.
He tossed his soup at the assistant coach of the Cavaliers.
That's right.
He has not revealed the type of soup, but he has revealed the reason.
Do you think that it was perhaps the
Perpetual stew?
The perpetual stew?
This is fucking horrible.
No, he was upset, and he threw the Cavaliers Team Perpetual Stew that they constantly have stewing in the locker room. threw it at the assistant coach. That's why it was a 1-game suspension. Because he wasted the perpetual stew that they've been perpetually stewing
For a long time.
ever since the history of the Cavaliers organization. They've had this pot in the center of the locker room at the Quicken Loans Arena, formerly the Gund Arena, perpetually stewing. J.R. Smith threw it at the assistant coach. That deserves at least a 1-game suspension, and that's what he received.
Not because he threw it at the coach, but because he wasted.
Because he wasted the perpetual stew. That's why. So, I guess that's it.
I guess. Did you have a poll? Anything we can poll? We were literally talking about soup last month. Any sort of poll out there?
Okay. Michan, what's a question that's just been burning in your mind lately? About life in general.
About anything.
Do people drink coffee because it tastes good or just because they want to be energized?
Thank you. That's a question that burns in my mind every day.
Would you like to repeat it
Yes.
so they can hear it on the microphone?
Do people drink coffee because they think it tastes good, or because they want to feel energized?
See, I'm actually on the side where I like certain coffees.
God, you're disgusting.
So I will be yes, you will be no for this poll.
Okay.
So that's an easy one.
You disgust me in every way. Ugh. Anyways, so yes or no answer. Click on the poll. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to this channel. And tell YouTube to monetize us.
It will never happen.
So we can get a great half a cent for every episode that we upload.
Yeah.
And we promise to remove the cussing.
If we get monetized, I will bleep out every fuck.
That's right. Your move, YouTube.
Ball's in your court.
Dynamite Jared signing off.
I know.